Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Giving all praises to Yahweh.
Howell, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, taught us truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to the Akim and Akwath out there listening and learning. This goes out to the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Native Americans and Latino Americans and so-called African Americans here in America. Scattered throughout the four corners of the world. This is Brother Asha.
This is Brother Menachia.
Coming to y'all with another quick lesson, while we out and about in transit. This lesson is, simply entitled, Fight the Flesh, You're gonna go through a lot of stuff in life, and it's a constant battle, you know what I mean? And you gotta stay focused and be diligent to fight the flesh, you know what I mean? The scriptures is clear on that. The flesh is an enmity against the Most High, so you gotta fight it.
Yeah, because, you gotta understand, we in this world, and we balance certain things, but the flesh want to get carnal. That's what flesh go into, carnal things. So it's all upon your lust, what the things you desire. That's why the scriptures tell you about don't give into your lust or your appetite. Because the more you go into your appetite, it's things that you want, not the things that you need, man. And that's what we must go into. So you go into that first precept is, I believe, Romans, the 8 and 13.
Look at this, Romans 8, 13. And, speaking of myself first and foremost, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? It's a fight. Let me grab that. It's Romans 8 and 13. For if ye live, let's see. So I'm going to start at 12. So therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. So that's a part of the problem. The problem, we're not debtors to the flesh. We got to abstain from the fleshly lust that war against the soul. Because it causes confuse people and causes you cause you to go off. For if you live after the flesh, you shall die. But if through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, you shall live. And that's what the brother was going into. We have to abstain from those lustly desires that cause you to go off.
Yeah, because it talk about your lust in James, if we can get it. I believe James, the 4th chapter or the 3rd chapter. So, let me pull it up for you, brother.
Okay.
Because you can start at 4 and 1.
This is James 4 and 1. From whence comes wars and fightings among you?
Right. So you're going to have wars and fightings of the flesh and the spirit, of things that we want, things that we must do. Like Paul talked about, the things I don't do, I do, and the things I do, I don't do. So it's a constantly battle with the flesh. Like the spirit will tell you, get up and do this lesson.
Right.
And then the flesh will be like, nah, I'm tired. I just did 12 hours. But you gotta constantly fight that flesh and tap into the spirit. The spirit will tell you, get up. You gotta get up and get it, because then sooner or later you might get into some folly, or you might go to sleep, and then you forget the whole lesson, man.
That's right.
Instead of just hopping up in the spirit when the Lord told you, and then you get it out the way.
That's right. It says, come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members.
Keep going.
Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have, and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not.
Right. Keep going.
Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust.
And that's some things that we do just as natural human beings, man. Because you got to think, hey, we always want certain things, and don't get me wrong, we ask upon the Lord for certain things, but we really don't need it. We ask it because we literally lusting out of it, or because that's the things that we desire at that moment. But it doesn't mean that we need it, man. We don't need it, man. Like some alcohol, or it could be a woman.
Right.
Those things is lawful, but at the end of the day, you might not need those things, man. Like Paul said, you're going to have trouble in the flesh. It's certain things come with those avenues that you don't really need it, because you just asking for it because of your flesh, man. And that's what we got to get better in. We got to get better in using the spirit and tapping in the spirit and not acting things upon our lust. Even though it's lawful, man. A lot of things lawful, but it doesn't mean that we need it at that point in time. Yes, scripture do say if you have a woman, desire her and because you might be burning, but at the end of the day, you don't really have to have it at the end of the day. I know we Israelites, the scriptures say be fruitful and multiply.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know what come with those things? You got to have a wife. Now you got to take care of those things. It's certain things and steps and process that you probably don't even want at the end of the day. You should give you a headache. Now you mad and pissed off. So you don't even really need the shit, man. But the next precept that you wrote down, brother, is Salaki. I believe Ephesians. No, it say Sirach. Sirach 18 and 30.
Let me grab that. This is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 18 and 30. I'm just going to get to the point. It says, "Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetite."
See, that's what I brought up. Yeah, you got it, brother.
Yeah, that's what you were just talking about. It's so profound. It's simple, but it's profound. Because you, like he just going into a minute ago, you already got a woman. How many women do you need? You know what I'm saying?
Or you might not have a woman.
Right.
Some things the Lord balance in different truth. Some brothers have multiple wives in the truth.
Right.
Some brothers don't have none in the truth because that's probably your lot, man. And at the end of the day, the Lord wants you to focus on more things towards the truth. And I'm not saying that brother don't need to focus on things in the truth too. But right now, the Lord have him settle with 2 wives because he can handle it.
That's
Maybe
right.
You can't handle it, brother.
Right. Yeah, whatever else is, and that's the main point about abstaining from the lust, because it's pulling you away from doing His work.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about. That's the whole gist of this lesson. Fight the flesh, because the Lord is going to give you everything you need anyway. You know what I mean? The scriptures are clear on that. He told David, if you needed more, if you'd asked, I would have gave you more.
Yeah.
David was a perfect example because he had it all. And the Lord said, if you would have asked, I would have gave you more. But he was, he fell into the lust of that flesh and, went off. But the Lord, because of his love and affinity for David, he spared him. But this is a constant battle, and we're not immune to it.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, the flesh gonna make you do a lot of fucked up shit in the flesh, man. Remember, we in these chains of darkness, man. Titus talk about chains of darkness, how this flesh, we subject to it, and we need to be more into the spirit. That's why we go off. That's literally why we go off, because we in these chains of darkness. This body is subject to sin, man.
That's right.
But how do we be free? We be free through the word, man. And you get Galatians 6. That was the next precept, which I had that too.
All right.
You get 6, and you go into 7.
This is Galatians 6 and 7. It says, "Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap."
So whatever you sow into the world, if you being carnally, and that's all you about, then that's all you're going to receive back.
That's right.
That's exactly what you're going to receive back. And carnally really simply going to the flesh. So the more you in your flesh and you're not being into the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, then you're going to see yourself slowly slipping away and going back into the world. Because guess what? Read the next verse.
Yeah. "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Right?
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall reap of the Spirit life everlasting."
And that's what we must be doing. Because guess what? We must live through Yahweh Shai, man. We must live through him out of this change of darkness, because, hey, in this flesh, we are subject to sin. We don't want to sin. We don't want to go off. But guess what? We does, because we in this flesh. We can't help it, man. Like Paul said, I'll quote it again. The things I want to do, I don't. Like, we want to hop in the spirit. We want to be with Yahweh Shai and do more things for attaining to life. But guess what? We get lazy. We get tired. Because what? We all in the flesh. We make mistakes.
Yep.
That's because we in the flesh. So the more we are subject to being into the life, having the spirit, and be upon brothers and talking about the Lord, because the Lord said when two in the midst, he in the gather. When two is gathered, the Lord is in the midst.
That's right.
So that's how we attain everlasting life, by doing videos and being in the spirit more, because everything else is going to be corrupt and be destroyed, man.
Huh?
So you got this last precept, and
Yeah.
then I got one more too.
Okay.
It's 1 Peter 2 and 11.
It's 1 Peter 2 and 11. It says, "Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul." So we bringing a point home. The fact of the matter is we have to be disciplined enough as the Israelites, like he said, to stay in the spirit, to fight to stay in the spirit, so you can not get caught up in the pollutions and entangled in the affairs of this life again. Because that's what happens. Ultimately, the more you start thinking carnally and giving in to a lot of self, then the less work you're going to do for the Lord. Then you open up other doors to do other shit. Because that's how it goes. You start off with one thing and you end up with 5 different things.
Yeah.
So that's a part of when you have that carnal mindset. You know what I mean? Like he said, we have to fight, and it's a constant fight to stay in the spirit, and that's what we have to do.
Yeah. I got a precept for you.
Okay.
It's Matthew 26 and 41.
Matthew 26, 41.
I'm gonna read it for you. It say, "Watch and pray, and ye enter not in temptation. And the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." And that's simple, man.
Right.
We don't be in our full strength when we are abound in the flesh, man.
Right.
We in our full strength. We are in the spirit. When we are bound with the Lord, man.
That's right.
We can tap into the energy. We can tap into the source. Because guess what? It's coming straight from the heavens.
That's right.
But we more carnally, Scripture talk about the pride of this world. Is what? Of the flesh. Matter of fact, let's get that. You get that 1 John 2 and 15. And then we can end with this unless you got something else.
That's it. That's 1 John 2
And 15.
15. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him."
So if you're in the world, you don't love the Father. You can't be in this world going and coveting out of all the things of the world, like the cars, hoes, and partying bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, that shit is gonna take you out the truth. The Lord and I with this world.
Right.
The Lord is condemning this world.
That's right.
Keep going.
Yeah. It says, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world."
It's of the world, and that's plain, man. You want to elaborate?
Yeah. The bottom line is that in this battle, in this walk, in this truth, you got choices to make. And the more you choose to walk spiritually and abstain from your lustly flesh and your carnal mind, the better you're going to be. You know, it's simple. You know what I mean? We're here for salvation. This is not our rest. The Lord has chosen us, as his hopeful elect, and our job is to be the example of how we're supposed to live, knowing that the Lord knows what we have need of. He's gonna take care of us anyway.
That's right.
So why give in to these temptations of this world and set yourself back? So our job is to stay diligent and keep fighting. And I'm saying it's easy. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. It's not easy, but it's something that's worth doing, and you have to do.
You have to, man. You definitely have to. So
Yeah,
you close it out.
Yeah, with that, we'll give all praises and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Again, giving double honor to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, who taught us truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I hope this was edifying. Till next time, Shalom and Kwam Yasharallah.
Shalom, Kwan Yasharallah.